In the previous lesson, we talked about the history brush. That's a pretty cool tool when you think about it. I want to carry that a little bit further and talk about something called a history log. Now, I'm in Bridge, and I'm in the exercise files for this chapter. If I select this image here, you can see stuff come up over here in metadata, file properties, etc. Go ahead and open that image up. Go up to Photoshop if you're Mac, Edit if you're Windows, and go into Preferences General. May I submit to you the history log? Now, this is not on by default, so you got to check that to turn it on. Save log items to metadata, that's XMP, just a plain old vanilla text file, or both. I suggest both. Now, you'll have to choose a name for the file and where you want it. Edit log items, detailed, concise, sessions only. I suggest detailed, and go ahead and click OK. Now, do some things to this file. For example, we could come into our half moon icon down here and maybe do something like, hue and saturation. Let's just do something here that you can see very easily. And I don't know, we like that. We're happy with that. And we'll go ahead and close that out right here. Let's do one more. Let's do exposure. So we're doing two things here. A little bit of offset and a little bit of exposure, something like that. Go ahead and turn that off. Do as much as you want to this image. Whatever you want, go ahead and save it. It's going to ask me to save it the way I had it, or in a new file, and the reason being is it was a JPEG, and if I save it as a JPEG, I'm going to lose all this stuff. So I'm going to save it as a TIFF and click Save. We'll just go ahead and click through the options. Now, I want you to go back to Bridge if you have it open. And if we select that image, which is now here, you're going to see something new come up here. It's called Edit History. Now, not new in terms of Photoshop, but new in terms of this file. Everything I have done to that file is right there. Everything. Every detail, everything that I have done is now recorded, and it will continue to record everything I did. Now, don't forget, we saved also a text file. Let me go ahead and get out to the desktop here. And here it is. Let's go ahead and open it up. Everything that I have done since I created that particular document is here. And I've done a few other things than what you saw. It not only tells me what I did, it tells me exactly how I did it, and it tells me the time it took to do each one. Now, you might think that's a lot of information or even too much information, but I use it as a billing record for my clients because I know exactly how much time I spend on these documents. And I create a new photo edit log once a month, and I take this one and save it. So during the course of a year, I have 12 of these files. And they're huge because I work a lot in Photoshop, hundreds of pages. But it gives me every piece of information on everything that I have ever done in Photoshop. That's pretty cool. It's called the history log, and you have to activate it in Preferences. On to the next.